Branchby Rickey.
Thanks so much for the kind introduction. I want to explain to you that I really do have a function here, a formal function, because I am the official chairperson for the committee, self-appointed, for October video introductions. And that's what brings me to Denver today, so I'm glad to be a part of introducing this upcoming video. But before I do that, there are two parts of business, and one of them was just, I was just reminded in the anecdotal front, Dick Stewart's name was just mentioned, and Danny Murtaugh about his ineptness. What wasn't said about Dick Stewart was that he had two names after his first year in Pittsburgh as a first baseman. Dick had a tremendous quick bat with power, hit balls places nobody else had ever hit him in Forbes Field. But his legend with his glove earned him the title Dr. Strange Glove and Stone Hands after the first year. I was in attendance in 1959. Oh boy, I shouldn't have said the year. Anyway, I was in attendance at a game where Dick was on first base, and it was in September, and out of the third base grandstands, I saw it when it left the grandstand. Somebody had rolled up a wrapper, a cellophane wrapper for a hot dog, and tried to throw it down to the third base area, and it landed in the coaching box. And it kind of unfolded a little to where it was almost the size of a baseball. And those October winds that were blowing, gusting around, blew it out in front of Don Hoke, our third baseman. And Don Hoke, a former Marine, and we were a team that was going to win the World Series next year. This was not a shabby infield. Don Hoke just ignored it. The cellophane wrapper right out in front of him, 10 feet. And the wind gusted and it blew it over in front of the shortstop, Dick Grote, who went on to become the most valuable player in the National League. Dick Grote ignored it. It blew around. I swear to you, I was more interested, I don't know why, but I was at that age, a young teenager. I was so fascinated by this cellophane blowing around the infield, and now it gets gusted over in front of second base and in front of Mazeroski. Future Hall of Famer Mazeroski. And the next pitch comes, and Mazeroski ignores the cellophane. And then it blows over in front of Dick Stewart. And I have to tell you, of all the events that I've seen in my decades around professional baseball, this is one of the most notable events that ever happened in my life. Dick Stewart, who was more well known probably for the number of times he combed his hair in the locker room after getting out of the shower, is standing there, and he couldn't catch a ground ball if you paid him, and we were paying him, and he couldn't catch him. All of a sudden, that cellophane blows over in front of him, and it's a quiet afternoon, but there are 25,000 people in Forbes Field. It's an October mellow, late afternoon with shadows onto the field, and all of a sudden, he throws up his hand and yells, "Time!" And the umpire behind him throws up his hand and yells, "Time!" And Stewart goes over 10 feet in front of him to that cellophane wrapper. And instead of leaning over with his bare hand and picking it up, crumpling it up, and sticking it in his pocket, getting it out of the way and getting back to his position in a hurry, he walks over and he scoops it up with his glove. And it's sticking out like a snow cone, sticking out of the end of his glove. I can still picture it. And suddenly, in mock appreciation, the fans that are closest to him in section 112 right there all start clapping. And then they get so contagious about it, they stand up and they're giving him a standing ovation for having picked up a cellophane wrapper in front of first base. It was such an event that soon the fans on either side of the section, they're standing up. And they're applauding Dick Stewart. And Dick Stewart is flummoxed by it, and he holds up the glove with the cellophane sticking out like a snow cone to show it to him. The whole stadium, within 15 seconds, is standing, giving Stewart a round of applause. It's the only thing he caught cleanly all day. So thank you so much for bringing up Dick Stewart's name. One other, before I say about the video, which I'm going to introduce, I want to just say what an honor it is for me to have Dave Dravecky come up here from Monument to be a part of this event. Dave is